What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. You know, we're coming down the tail end of this dead season that we all hate. Believe me, we all hate this because there's nothing really going on but the rent. And we're waiting for the teams to get to training camp. And what's crazy is I think Baltimore is the first team to report to training camp on the 12th. So literally 2 weeks from now, we'll actually have some people on the field practicing. Not our team, but you know, we get there on the 23rd, so not too far behind it. And I can't wait to see my team in practice. I'm going to be talking about stuff that's actually happening on the field as opposed to all the bull jiggity that we're dealing with right now. You know, it's crazy because there's all of this. It's literally like battle lines are drawn where everybody just looks and points at Dak Prescott, they point at Mike McCarthy, and they say both of those guys are failures. And at the same time, they talk about the Joneses, and we've got the Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones situation where, you know, there's infighting evidently, or if you are to believe some of the silly season stuff, between Jerry and Stephen Jones about the philosophy of going all in versus being frugal with your money. We know Stephen Jones likes to be frugal with his money and does not want to spend any more than he absolutely positively has to. Now, I'm not trying to say anything against the UFL players or anything, because I think that they have an opportunity, and it's one of those things that you have guys that have been in the NFL, then having to go to the UFL. They may be hungry, and they may end up, you know, playing well and, you know, turning themselves around. And I'm not suggesting that we shouldn't be looking at guys like that. However, you know, Stephen Jones always says, you know, player acquisition is a 365-day-a-year job. And that's right. Player acquisition should be. And you should be turning over every rock, every stone that you can to get better. And this is the problem for the Dallas Cowboys. You know, if we look at it and we talk about how good the Eagles are, you know, with Howie Roseman and him going through and getting all of these players. Sorry, I'm just kind of riding around here a little bit. This is South River that's right here. And this is the first time I've been actually like on this side of it. What's interesting is there were cannons during the Civil War over here on this side. And there's a house that's right across South River that's been there forever that used to have a cannonball that was stuck into the side of it. Somebody's hence has taken the cannonball from that, from out of the house there. Anyway, sorry, I was just trying to see the spot a little bit more. But everybody talks about how good Howie Roseman is at, you know, doing contracts and manipulating the cap and bringing in players and getting his players signed early and stuff. And, you know, when they lose a player, they are out there immediately trying to replace them. And if you honestly look at this, and we all talk about the Cowboys didn't have a linebacker on the roster, basically. When the playoffs were going on, they didn't have a linebacker. I don't know where you think in today's NFL that you could literally not have, man, they're putting up a lot of houses. There's two right there, brand new. That you could not have a position on your roster other than fullback. Seriously. That there's any position on the field that you can just say, we don't have to have any of those on there, and think you're going to be successful. That's literally what the Cowboys did. And so my thing is here. Mike McCarthy has the highest winning percentage of any coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Any of them. You have to put him right now as the number 3 coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, Barry Switzer does have a Super Bowl. I'm not going to lie to you and say he doesn't. And I'm going to say that they won that Super Bowl. Look, there's 4 new houses right there. They won that Super Bowl in spite of him, not because of him, on a team that was already built. And so to look and say, let's get rid of that guy because he just sucks, man. He's done nothing. To take Dak Prescott, and there's a thing out there, another analyst, okay? Another analyst has put together all these different matrix on 3rd and 4th down and things like that, win losses and things. And they go through and they say, because I know people are going to be laughing, that Dak Prescott's numbers have made him the most clutch quarterback. Chances of winning higher than anybody else, including Pat Mahomes, in there. Now, that's not to say you win every single game, but when the game has been on the line for the most part, there's wins and losses. Doesn't mean you win every time. So stop laughing right now. Regardless if you say that matrix is any good or not any good, it still has validity, because whether he's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, he's still one of the top ones there in the NFL. And you have to give him some credit on that. And to look and say, at the moment, gotta say, we talk about Tony Romo, he's got more 12-win seasons than Tony Romo. I'm just saying, I know that that's sacrilege. I know some people are going to lose their mind if their heads are exploding right now. You have to look and say that the Dallas Cowboys, the last 3 years, have been more successful than any other time in the last 30 years. That's a fact. That's a fact. We have not had 3 years in a row of going to the playoffs. We certainly haven't had 3 years in a row of being 12 wins. And before anybody says, well, you're just satisfied with regular season wins because you're a loser. I'm not saying I'm satisfied. I want more. And this is where we need to point the finger where the finger belongs. And that's at Jerry and Stephen Jones for not taking advantage of having personnel that can do stuff and adding enough around them to succeed. If you're looking at saying, well, Micah Parsons can't stop the run, he's a diva, this, that, and the other, then put the people around him that will help him be better at stopping the run. Stop this, we're going to do more with less. When you can look around the NFL and see the teams that have had the most success have been more all in, as opposed to, man, we don't care. We're going to do more with less. That's some bullshit. So at least hold Jerry Jones accountable instead of just pointing at Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott. The two things that have at least made us somewhat relevant in the NFL. I know I'm going to get lambasted by people, and they're going to say I'm just a loser, and I've got a loser mentality, and all this other bullshit. And that's okay. I don't care. You can think of me what you want to think of me. Think of me as a bum. Think of me as a construction worker. You can think of me as whatever. I'm going to still keep doing what I do. And that is keep pounding away at it. What's funny is I have never noticed this house before. And wow. So this house right here is a historic house. And if you look at it, it's just like the red brick house. Exactly like the red brick house. The only thing is, they remodeled it later on, and they moved the door because having the door on the side became more popular later on in the times. And this house was built around the same time as the red brick house. So I'm actually going to go out here and check it out. That and P. Buckley Moss's museum is right here. And I want to check on seeing if I can still get P. Buckley Moss to come paint the red brick house again. All right, peace out.